Hello boys and girls, and welcome to Grandma Teresa's Story Time. Today I'll be reading Richard Scarry's The Supermarket Mystery. Sam Cat and Dudley Pig are very fine detectives. If anyone has a problem, they will try to solve it. Grocer Dog telephoned to tell them that he had a problem. Sam and Dudley drove to Grocer Dog's supermarket to see if they could solve it. Dudley parked the car outside the supermarket. My, where did Dudley ever learn how to drive? Grocer Dog told Sam and Dudley that someone had been stealing food from his supermarket. The only way out was through the checkout counter. Someone had been sneaking food out of the store without paying for it. It's a mystery to me how they do it, said Grocer Dog. Then we will find out, said Dudley. But first we must put on our disguises. We don't want the robber to know who we are. Sam and Dudley went into Grocer Dog's private office. Dudley always keeps disguises in his umbrella. Whenever he and Sam want to look like someone else, they put on costumes from Dudley's umbrella. Just look at that nice lady shopper coming out of Grocer Dog's office. And what is that in her shopping cart? Why, it is a stack of potatoes. You wouldn't know that was Sam and Dudley, would you? Now, don't tell anyone. Keep your eyes and ears open, Dudley said to Sam Potatoes. The robber is probably stealing food this very minute. Coochie coo, said Dudley. What a cute little baby bunny, but you are much too thin. Your mother should feed you more to fatten you up. That's not a baby bunny, Dudley, said Sam Potatoes. It's a bunny doll. A few minutes later, Dudley said, Sam, I have solved the mystery. I know how the robber steals. Look, there she is now. This is what Dudley saw. Can you tell which one is the thief? Are you sure? Can you spot the thief? Dudley rushed across the supermarket. He grabbed a lady's hat off her head and smashed it to the floor. I've got you now, he shouted. That's not make-believe fruit on your hat. It's real fruit, and you are going to steal it. Just you look, said the lady. You have ruined my new hat. You think you're so smart. Here, you just eat one of these real apples. Dudley took a bite of the apple. It was not a real apple. It was made of cloth, and it was stuffed with feathers. Poor Dudley. Well, she wasn't the thief, was she? Dudley was sorry that he had ruined a lady's hat. To show everyone that he was really a nice lady, he helped Mother Bunny pick out a watermelon that she couldn't reach. Now, please try to catch this one, said Dudley. Meanwhile, Sam Potatoes was keeping his eyes and ears open. Dudley, said Sam, did you notice how fat that bunny doll is getting? Dudley was not paying too much attention to what Sam was saying. Sam, look, he shouted. There's the robber. This time I'm sure of it. Dudley ran off through the store. A lady shopper wished to buy a sack of potatoes. Sam Potatoes escaped from her just in time. That lady crocodile is a robber, said Dudley. She is hiding stolen food in her baby carriage. Dudley smashed into the baby carriage, but there was no stolen food inside it. Mother Crocodile was furious. Just when I finally get my darling little babies to sleep, you have to come along and awaken them, she said. Dudley, Dudley, I could have told you she wasn't a thief, said Sam Potatoes. I know who is doing the stealing. Who do you think is doing the stealing inside the supermarket? For once, Dudley paid attention. "Who is it?" he asked. "How do you know?" "There is no time to explain now," said Sam. "The robber has to leave by way of the checkout counter. Hurry there! It's that lady with the fat..." Oh my. Now what's going to happen here? Can you guess? Before Sam could finish talking, splosh! Dudley landed in a pickle barrel. Sam landed on his head. Sam was knocked unconscious. "How dare you call me fat?" said the lady. "And where did you ever learn how to drive? But look, someone is picking up a sack of potatoes." Who could it be? Let's read on and find out. Suddenly, Dudley noticed that Sam was missing. "Sam knows who the robber is. I must find him," said Dudley. He asked the fat lady, "Where is my sack of potatoes?" "A bunny lady took it to the checkout counter," she said. Dudley rushed there, but the bunny lady didn't have Sam potatoes. Mother Bunny was saying to Grocer Dog, "I have decided not to buy any food today after all." Grocer Dog replied, "That's what you say every day, madam." Dudley took a closer look and wondered, but how does she feed her baby bunny? Then suddenly he remembered what Sam had said earlier. That's not a baby bunny, it's a bunny doll. And my, that doll had grown very, very fat. Oh dear. "Stop, thief!" cried Dudley as he leaped out of his disguise. "Your bunny doll is stuffed with stolen groceries." Mother Bunny was the thief. But no, it was not a Mother Bunny at all. The thief was Blackfinger Wolf, the wicked supermarket robber. He had been wearing a bunny disguise. He threw his bunny mask away. What do you suppose will happen next? Out of the supermarket the robber fled. Dudley didn't have time to look for Sam. He had to catch Blackfinger Wolf all by himself. "Hurry, Dudley!" Down into the lower part of town, down where all the robbers lived, Blackfinger Wolf rolled into his robber's den. Dudley rolled after him, right into a trap. Poor Dudley. "Oh, I wish Sam was here," he moaned. Just then the doll began to move and walk. "Help!" screamed Blackfinger. "The doll is alive!" Blackfinger let go of the rope and started to run away. Crump! Dudley landed on top of him. But Dudley was afraid of the doll too. "Help! Save me!" he shouted. The doll stopped in front of him. Zip! Out of the doll stepped a sack of potatoes. And out of the sack of potatoes stepped Sam. "Sam, it's you," said Dudley happily. "Dudley, it's you," said Sam. "But how did I get here?" Then Dudley explained. "Your disguise was so good that Blackfinger Wolf thought you were really a sack of potatoes. When you were knocked unconscious, he stole you too." "He was a very clever thief," said Sam. "But we are very clever detectives, aren't we?" Dudley grinned. I hope you enjoyed our story today. You can also find more of those by Richard Scarry at your local library. Now, before we go, always remember, the more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Until next time, stay safe. Bye now.